And welcome Ram family live Foster Field at First Community Credit Union Stadium as today your 19-4 Angelo State Ram baseball team will take the field to face off against the 18-8 Cameron Aggies. Last night the Rams were able to comfortably win 10-1 on 16 hits as Matt Shannon threw just an absolute gem, pitched 8 innings of 1-run ball, and making his first appearance of the season. Jared was able to come on and shut him down in the 9th inning, and the Rams won 10-1. Today here at the ballpark, it's a beautiful 77 degrees. The wind is now virtually non-existent. It's died down. The flags are virtually hanging motionless on the flagpoles, so it promises to be an outstanding day for baseball. Let's get the lineup set for you as the Rams warm up, preparing for Cameron. Cameron will lead it off with Micah Kaukai playing short today. Batting second will be Bronson Pulgados playing out in left field. Bringing up the third spot will be Cody Bauer, the designated hitter. Fourth today will be Cody Knight playing first base. Anthony Acevedo will be down at third. Batting fifth, Lino Ramirez will play second and bat sixth. Cole Williams behind the plate today, batting seventh. Victor De Jesus playing in center field, made a beautiful stab to take away extra bases from Elias Aguirre last night. He'll bat eighth. And batting ninth will be Colton Adams and playing in right field. On the mound today, the Aggies will bring Reed Garrett. Garrett on the year, second on the team in ERA with a 3.75 earned run average, a 2-3 record, appeared in 8 games and has started 4, 36 innings pitched, 33 hits given up, 15 earned runs, struck out 21, and he's walked 11. Opposing batters have a 239 batting average against him. And as Micah Kaukai comes to the plate, we'll get the defensive lineup set for you for the Rams. On the mound this afternoon for the Rams will be Ryan Smith. Smith, last Saturday in the first game, pitched just an absolute beautiful game, went 5 1/3 innings, was able to hold the Buffaloes, to no runs and was able to take home the win. So Smith on the mound this afternoon, 2.92 earned run average. He leads the team in wins with 5 wins, has not lost a game yet. And he's quickly ahead in the count to Kaukai, 1-2. So just underway here in the top of the first inning. Ryan Smith on the mound facing Micah Kaukai. Smith also struck out 15 and only walked 6 opposing batters with a 260 batting average against him. He looks in, gets the sign on the 1-2 count. And that one's going to be lined right at first baseman Jay Gonzalez, who goes to his knees, is able to glove it for out number 1. Defensively, the Rams will start Ryan Smith on the mound. Matt Waller will be behind the plate. Waller's been on an absolute tear at the plate and holding it down behind the plate. Down at first, Jay Gonzalez, who just made that beautiful grab. Over at second base, Jonathan Soberanis. At short today, Nick Novak, as that one's bunted foul back to the net by Bronson Pulgados. Third base is Tyler Coolbaugh out in left field. Jacob Boston moves out to play left field this afternoon. Elias Aguirre out in center and Steven Pinales over in right. The designated hitter today is Mitch Henshaw, someone else who's been on fire here over the past several series, as that one's going to bounce off the helmet of Bronson Pulgados. So Smith just a little bit out of control with that one, and he puts on Pulgados down at first base. This is, of course, the first of a doubleheader now. The Rams and the Aggies will play 7 in this first game, 7 in the second game, and then we'll conclude the series tomorrow on Sunday at 1 p.m. with a 9-inning game. Waiting to see who's going to go in the second game for the Rams. Not quite sure that even Coach Brooks knows just yet, but you can always assume he has a plan. He's always got a plan. So here's Ryan, checks Pulgados at first, comes to the plate, and that one's going to be fouled back to the screen for strike 1. 0-1 the count, 1 away here. Top of the first. I'm sure Smith looking for a potential double play ball. as he gets the sign from Matt Waller. Looks back, checks Pulgados, comes to the plate. And that's going to be low for ball one. 1-1 the count. Ryan Smith, 6 appearances, 3 starts in this season so far. Against right-handed batters, they are only hitting .250 against him. 1-1 count. It's going to be just a little bit high for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Smith with runners in scoring position. Batters against him just hitting 189, or excuse me, with runners on base. And that one's fouled back to the masonry backstop here for strike 2. 2-2 the count now. .85-mile-an-hour on that pitch. Smith checks the runner. And that one's going to be slowly grounded down to third base. The only play is to first by Coolbaugh. Was able to shoot down Cody Bauer for out number 2. Coolbaugh charging on that slow hit chopper, was able to glove it, but only had one play, and that was over to first base. So 2 away now. And that's going to bring Cody Knight, the first baseman, to the plate. That will put Pulgados down there in scoring position at second base. Cody Knight on the year hitting .348. 1 home run, 18 RBIs. Has a .418 on base percentage and a .449 slugging percentage on the season so far. Smith checks back at second. Pulgados dancing back and forth as that one's way inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Cody Knight. On deck, Anthony Acevedo, hoping that Knight could work his way aboard potentially. Sure, Ryan Smith would like to stop that. And as Ryan Smith is way inside and he hits Cody Knight in the shoulder, that's going to put Cody Knight down there at first base, and that's going to bring Anthony Acevedo to the plate. So Ryan Smith struggling just a little bit with his control here in the first inning. Both base runners as a result of hit by pitch. And that's going to put Acevedo at the plate. Acevedo today playing third base on the season. Anthony batting .304. Tied for the team lead in home runs with 4, and he has 13 RBIs. So a little bit of pop in his bat as well. So Ryan sure wants to be just a tad bit careful with him. As that one's going to be lined into center field. Coming on is Aguirre as they send. And the relay is not going to be in time. Going to be cut off, and Cameron quickly on top, 1-0. So Anthony Acevedo went right over second base with a liner into center fielder. Elias Aguirre was up with it quickly. Moving on the pitch was Bronson Pulgados, and was able to score standing up as Aguirre's throw was cut off by Jonathan Soberanis. So now 2 away, runner still on first and second, 1 run across. Cameron leads 1-0. Stepping in now to face Smith, Lino Ramirez, playing second base today. Hoping to drive, bring another one, and that one's going to be on the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Smith not off to quite the start he was last Saturday afternoon. But much like Matt Shannon settled down last night, I'm sure Ryan Smith will collect his thoughts, gather himself, regain his composure, and work his way out of this small jam in the first inning, as that one's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Setting the scene, Cody Knight down at second. Was hit by a pitch. Anthony Acevedo down at first, on as a result of a hard-hit single right back up the middle that brought home Bronson Pulgados for the first Cameron run of the day. That one's going to be golfed into center field. It's going to fall for a base hit. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Here's Aguirre with the throw. holding up at third. Actually running through the stop sign is Cody. Anthony Acevedo ran through Brady Houston's stop sign down at third base and was able to be tagged out at the plate. So Cameron, with an opportunity to score more runs, shot themselves in the foot, but do score 2 in the inning on 2 hits and now lead 2-0. We go to the bottom of the first for the Rams' first at bat of this game, already down 2-0. You're watching Ram Baseball on AngeloSports.com. And we are back live at Foster Field at First Community Credit Union Stadium, where the Rams are now down 2-0 after a little bit of control issues by starting pitcher Ryan Smith, allowed 2 runs to score. The Rams did respond defensively, though, as on the final run that scored, Elias Aguirre was able to shoot down Anthony Acevedo at the plate, who ran through Coach Brady Houston's stop sign down at third base. So that'll bring Jonathan Soberanes to the plate. Jonathan playing second base today. On deck is Elias Aguirre. And that one's on the inside corner for strike one. Soberanes batting .377 on the year. No home runs, 16 RBIs, third on the team with 7 stolen bases. These Rams will run if they get on base as Sobey swings and misses. Strike 2, 0-2, 0-2. Rams do like to move runners around via sacrifice bunts, via stolen bases. They will run all day long on you. 5 players with 6 or more stolen bases on the year for these Rams. Soberanes fouls that one back into the walkway. Count remains 0-2. Soberanes with nobody on base, batting .359. Against left-handed pitchers, batting .250. As he pops that one up to second base, coming on is Lino Ramirez, gloves it for out number 1. So Soberanes pops out to second base, and that'll bring Elias Aguirre to the plate. Aguirre on the year batting .397, second leading average on the team, 13 runs batted in, and he leads this team with 9 stolen bases. And that one's going to be bounded right down the first base line. Our third base line. It's going to stay fair. Bounces off the bag, and on at first with a bunt single is Elias Aguirre. So you got to be very careful with this young man. He will bunt his way aboard if you are not careful. So bunt single for Aguirre, and he's down there at first with 1 away. And he's one of the ones you do not want to put on base on this Ram team because he will run. And that'll bring one of the offensive stars of last night's game, Mitch Henshaw, to the plate. Henshaw with an absolute monster shot to right field that probably still going, could possibly be in orbit by now, but he absolutely just destroyed it. Matter of fact, as I was watching it leave the park, the right fielder took 2 steps to his left and then just watched it fly away. So Henshaw, 3 home runs on the year, 16 RBIs, batting .365. Henshaw also had a nice little double that looked like it was going to be just a simple single, was able to stretch it, and that one's grounded sharply back into center field. Aguirre not even hesitating, rounding second. Here comes the throw down to third, and he's going to be safe, and the throw down to second is going to bounce away. Aguirre's going to hold at third as that was quickly corralled by second baseman Lino Ramirez. So on the play, Henshaw, sharp single into center field. Aguirre never hesitated, rounded second, slid into third ahead of the throw. Third baseman Anthony Acevedo relayed it back over to second as Henshaw was attempting to take second. The throw bounced away from Lino Ramirez, but not far enough away to score Aguirre from third. So when all is said and done, runners on second and third, 1 away, and coming to the plate will be Matt Waller. Matt Waller now. Matt also had a great offensive night last night, including the solo shot down the left field line into the Ram bullpen. Not quite as orbit-inducing as Henshaw's shot, but it was still, at the end of the day, scored a run as well. So 0-1 the count now to Waller. 1 away here. Aguirre down at third. Henshaw down at second, and that's going to be strike 2, 0-2. So Waller batting .410, leading this team, batting average, 3 home runs, leads the team in RBIs with 28. And one of the unique things about Matt Waller you won't find about a lot of catchers in this sport is he is second on the team in stolen bases with 8. He is a threat to run if he gets on. As he golfs that one deep into right field, and that's going to be deep enough to score Aguirre. Aguirre coming home. Here comes the throw. Quickly relayed to third, and in safe will be Mitch Henshaw. So on the sacrifice fly to deep right, Aguirre scores. Moving down to third is Mitch Henshaw. So quickly the Rams now cut the lead to 2-1. And that'll bring Steven Peñales to the plate. 2 away now. Mitch Henshaw, the tying run, just 90 feet away down there at third base. Peñales batting .288, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs. He leads the team in triples with 4 as well. So Peñales is going to foul that one down the first base line, but it's going to get about 3 rows deep in the seats, and it's simply just strike 1. 0-1 the count. Peñales with a slugging percentage of .548 this year. He also has 5 stolen bases, so Steven no slouch on the base paths himself. With runners in scoring position, Peñales batting .275. So hoping to get something down in the outfield to score Henshaw from third, as that one's going to be on the inside corner for strike 2, 0-2. So early on, it looks like that inside corner is going to be a strike, regardless of whether it is actually on the inside corner or not. You just got to know that strike zone and know that ump. As Peñales with an 0-2 count, and he golfs that one. That's going to be foul, just foul down that first base line. I believe it bounced, if it was maybe 3 centimeters outside that white chalk. But simply, it's just another long strike, and the count remains 0-2. So Peñales resets and says, let's do it again. Peñales himself is due for a home run this afternoon. It's been several games since he had a home run. So Peñales steps out for a moment, sets himself, gets back in, collects himself,